We're back at the job this morning, and we're going to get going with this tallest column on this portion of the deck. And it may not take all day, and if we get done with it, we may not have anything else to do because we still can't get a lumber truck up this road. We haven't found a crazy enough guy yet, is what I think. We need to call Jenny and it's like, who's your craziest driver? Yeah, Brock would do it.
Brock's crazy enough to do it.
One thing different about the column here is that it is not load-bearing at all. There is no weight can be transferred down from there or held up any other place. So we're just going to use these 2x6 PT boards, make outside corners out of them instead of using giant posts. It'd be more expensive. And we couldn't haul them on Jamie's lumber rack. It would have crushed it. Yes?
Why?
Why what?
Why is he putting a big column right in the middle of his deck if it doesn't need to hold anything?
I might need someone to hold the bottom of the tape. This wind is wreaking havoc on me here. Nope, it's never gonna work. I'm looking at 162 3/8. So write that down. Then we need to take 1.5 inches off because he's gonna put a plate on top of that. We just really ticked Jamie off by telling him that I bought a Porsche 911 at an auction, which I have a buddy that's at an auction, and he was FaceTiming me with the Porsche at this auction. It's a used 2005 one. And Jamie wants one so bad. Like, he's dying to get one, and Jason told him that I bought it already, and it's on the way for $20,000.
And I was really happy about it because that means there's a good chance I might get to drive it. And then he told me it was all a joke. That's how you really tick somebody off that loves Porsches. Is tell them there's gonna be one, and then tell them, oh, there's not one.
Like this.
Yeah, he's livid.
He's happy. He's mad. I'm sorry, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna get this really awesome side-by-side, super cheap. I got a buddy, he's like down at the auction and stuff. Dude, they got the best side-by-side.
We already did this morning. You can't pull the trick on me after I pulled it on you.
You good?
Yeah. Yo, I'm getting a really sweet RV. Yeah.
You're not.
I got a buddy's at the auction getting these really awesome RVs. They're super cheap.
He's getting a Mastercraft.
Yeah.
No, that would piss me off. Okay, this is way more elaborate than I was going to do it, but Jamie's boxing out the column all the way through the joists here, is what I'm gathering.
That's right.
I was just going to slap a board on top.
I know. That's why I jumped in here and got you out of the way so we can do it right.
Okay.
I feel bad. I seriously do. I think I ruined his whole entire day.
You did. He already had
I didn't think it was
future
gonna be
plans
that
with the car
personal.
in his head. He had made plans like how you plan your family, like in your head.
Really?
He had that kind of stuff going on.
Well, you better buy that thing, then. Seriously, you better buy it. I don't care what they're asking for. You better buy it now. You're under obligation to buy it now. Oh,
Getting the Porsche. Oh, no, I'm not. Gotcha.
it's just a car, dude.
Yeah, that's what you think. It's not just a car.
We're fact checking Jamie if he's a real Porsche fan. Yeah. Where are Porsches made?
Stuttgart.
Okay, he checks out. Wow.
Duh.
What does the word Carrera mean?
I think they got the name Carrera from a racetrack or a race that used to be like a really old one, though.
You're a little off here. It means race and career racing professional. Okay, one last question. Is he a real Porsche guy? Where does the 911 come from for Porsche 911?
Well, I don't think there was anything special about the 911 number. They assigned numbers to their cars, but originally it was a 901. But then when they wanted to debut it, there was some other car maker that claimed that they had the rights to naming cars by a 3-number system, and the 901 was not going to fly. So they just changed a 0 to a 1, and then boom, there's the 911.
Are you reading what I'm reading? This is like exactly what I just read.
I really feel bad. Maybe he is a Porsche guy.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
Wow.
You got too much time on your hands,
We gotta leave
bro.
him alone now. We're preparing to install the 2 inside corners here. This is probably the easiest blocking situation I've ever had. Watch this. Blocking. Boom. Couple screws, done.
No.
It's holding it.
Hold that for you?
Holding it exactly where I need it. And then that's gonna hit somewhere about right there at this corner. we need to mark where the inside of this column is gonna contact the surface of our blocking here. And it's kind of a hard thing to do. Like normally we'd get a really long straight board and put a plumb stick on it and mark the top of the board, but that's too long. So Jamie made us a jig, of course.
There you go.
Never doubted that we're just gonna hold up. He took off this amount and the total width being 2 feet. Let me check that. Did he get it right? Yeah, he got it right, of course. Okay. And there we go. There's our point right there.
You can mark both sides, square across.
Okay, let's mark both sides.
Square across. Push in. Oh, yeah. Oh, well.
Okay. And there.
All right, square that.
And yeah, that was super easy. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I'll save this for the next house.
Now we got to get the left to right. Looks good. Oh, it's like almost over.
Oh, how'd you catch that?
Oh, like a cat. Actually, cats don't have fingers. I'm like a, I don't know. It's too cold to think. Okay.
You just want to level or square up to the crotch there.
Yeah, we. Okay.
Level.
Well, I mean, I can just plumb up with my speed square.
Okay.
We'll just trace squaring it all the way up.
Now, what stinks is that you're on a different plane. Do you want to fur that down
No,
now?
I don't think it matters. Does it? When I could add a block that goes from there to there and like there to there, and then we'd be.
You could and just square those.
Yeah.
Square it nailed. It'd probably be pretty good.
Yeah. So that's 1 7/8. 1 7/8. I'm trying to make these columns really nice and true for whatever kind of finished material goes on them. It's just way easier. Ray, let's try to the long point. 173 7/8. Oh yeah. It's been really cold this week. You probably have noticed in the videos we're bundled up, which has not been a huge problem until it starts to thaw out and it gets really muddy. But it's causing one other kind of huge problem down in the office. Everything that goes in there freezes, and everything kind of goes in the same kind of area, and it's mounted up almost to the rim at this point.
It's
And there's
like,
no way they can pump it.
Building like a sandcastle by dripping sand that's wet.
Well, I didn't want to get that close with
like
the
that.
imagery. I was not trying to make imagery, but just saying, I don't know what they do in colder climates than this, where it's just going to be frozen all the time and you can't pump it.
They don't put antifreeze in these things?
Maybe they put antifreeze, but you don't put antifreeze in your,
Well,
so
don't
that'll freeze. I don't know.
what's
It's a
the
problem.
question? I've never pondered the depths of that.
What I'm thinking is if it goes another like couple inches, we're going to have to build a higher throne. Like on top of the thing that's there, build another level up, like out of plywood.
We might be in trouble next week. It's supposed to be super cold next week.
I
Yeah.
can bring the big blowtorch.
Okay, The guy got the quote from the stucco. Is it like colored stucco, like commercial, or it's just like
No,
you have
just
to paint
regular cement-based stucco.
it? Okay. Do you
Yeah.
have to paint it? I guess?
Yeah, I guess so.
They want it like a light color.
Yeah, you could leave it bare, I guess, or paint it. It would seal it better if it was painted.
Yeah.
The appearance of the finished material on this, on the renderings that are online, are kind of like a light tan color, maybe like a sandy kind of white color.
Yeah.
A little bit off white.
You know what? I should share a link to those renderings so people could just see what it's going to look like.
Sure.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that in the video description somewhere, like just a link to the 3D renderings,
Yeah.
and you can see what this place will look like when it's done.
You can stare at the exact same pictures that I'm looking at every day, trying to figure out what this thing is supposed to look like.
we're getting everything situated so we can get this machine in and shoot up some of this roof sheathing and deck this deck out. We'll need it to set scaffolding on to build the roof above it. My apologies, Jamie. This is the best I can do, seriously.
You didn't get in like that, did you?
There was no other way. I did clap my feet off and it
Did you notice how clean looking my truck was today?
I know.
Oh, man!
So this is definitely a little bit of work, and we are cutting a few sheets. We will reuse most of this, but it's a great idea to not put the permanent finished decking down. You can see by a day like today where our boots look like that and we're walking around on it. It would totally ruin finished decking. And so this isn't something we've done on every job, but especially with composite decking that scratches a little easier with scaffolding. Since we found out about Jamie's Porsche obsession this morning, we've been trying to figure out all day while we're working what everybody's obsession is. The best thing we came up with for Ray, mandolin. I'm in a mandolin auction.
Which I haven't touched in 8 years. So
Okay, so that wasn't even good. Best thing I could figure out for Jason was fires.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that was pretty accurate though.
Yeah.
What else did we say for Ray?
A German Shepherd. I
German
told him about
Shepherd.
that big German Shepherd auction. Right now, my guy's there right now. He's
Getting a used dog.
got a good deal on one right now. Yeah.
Weird product.
Today's video sponsor has given me a really cool opportunity to introduce you guys to the rest of my awesome family. Wait, no, not those guys. These guys. This is Millie, and she's an 11-year-old German Leonberger and Mountain Sheepdog mix, and she is huge. Lay down next to her, Grayson. Big girl, and she is so sweet. And this guy is Benson. You can probably tell he's a golden retriever, and he's like a Velcro dog. Everywhere you go, there he is, trying to get petted. So we've had both of these guys since they were puppies. We treat them as part of the family, probably a little too much, and we want them to live a happy and healthy life. We want to enjoy them for a long time. And I feel like the best thing I can do as a dog parent is keep them active and keep them on a healthy diet. And today's video sponsor, Sundays for Dogs dog food, is made entirely from human-grade ingredients, and that's why we love to feed it to our animals. Sundays is made with 100% meat, muscle, organs, and superfoods, and 0 synthetics or artificial preservatives. And the back of the bag says it all. The breakdown shows you exactly what a healthy diet for a dog looks like. And it's also air dried with a texture similar to beef jerky, which the dogs love. This is the healthiest dog food we've been able to find without going to frozen, which requires a lot more prep. Give your dog the chance to try Sundays and watch them fall in love. Get 50% off your first order at sundaysfordogs.com/Perkins50 or use my code Perkins50 at checkout. Thank you, Sundays for Dogs, for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back to work. You gonna go for it, Daddy-O?
I think so. Y'all make it?
We'll see. He's got 2-wheel drive. I'll follow you.
Yeah. So if I slide backwards, I hit you and I go off the side.
Perfect.
All right, here we go.
Oh boy, that start. This is our first time up to the job in a few days. It snowed again, and then we couldn't get a delivery truck again. We had no materials up here. We finally got one up here this morning, and so now we can start building these porch roofs. I'm really excited that we finally got materials up this hill. It's the little things in life, I guess. We're on the mountain again this morning. We are layered up.
Layered up.
It was 5 degrees at my house this morning. I got to mention this TrueWork stuff's pretty awesome. Got the TrueWork bibs. I got the TrueWork, there you go, Jason. Mechanic.
Oh,
going
yeah.
on. TrueWork vest under that. TrueWork shirt under that. And then I got 3 more shirts on. And hopefully that'll be enough.
Dude, you're going to die. You're going to be sweating like crazy. There's the boss.
I was the only person that wanted to come today, by the way.
I wanted to come. I text 10:30. I was like, let's do this.
I figured you would probably be the only person.
You get out of your house.
Our task at hand here is to build the roof that will cover all of the decks we just built in the previous videos. It's going to be a shed style roof that extends the same plane coming out from the existing roof, and it'll land on one girder that's the same height all the way along the edge of this deck. This is 6 foot out. It's a 312 pitch. That's an 18-inch drop. It couldn't be more than, I mean, the only thing that could be off is if our deck is not level out from the house.
It's good. It's good.
So if we check that the deck is level out from the house, we don't need to double check our measurement any other way than just doing the math.
Okay. All right, I'll get a board and we'll screw it in.
Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna do the math here to figure out how high that girder needs to be. I'm gonna go 147 3/4 is the top of the rafter. So the top of the rafter out here should be 18 inches less.
Write that down.
Yeah, by the way, that's like a death trap. Now that we have our height measured against the house here, we can do some math to figure out the post height. Basically have to subtract the rafter depth and the girder depth, and that'll give us the post height for those.
Now that is the outside edge of the top of our rafter.
Yep, that
Correct?
number I gave you, the 147 and 11/16. So if you do that,
Okay.
minus 18 inches is the drop.
Okay, then I'm gonna draw, that'll be the top of the porch rafter. All right, 312, there's the bottom of our LVL.
Jamie's drawing this thing like full scale, measuring down the length of one of these, just to make sure we get the post right.
I mess up less if I draw full scale, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Big wood.
Quarter. Okay, everything is checking out now. I was shooting for 8 3/8, 7.5 there, 8 inches there. It's all looking good.
Okay, so now you should be able to just hook on the end of this thing and measure what the post is.
Yeah, well, at least the seat cut I can be sure of. 108, 9 feet basically. Now the post is 10 feet. And so that'll at least get us, let's go a full length notch. That'll get us up inside.
So notch down to 108. Oh, batteries are cold. I got a bunch of them charged.
You do?
Yep. Oh yeah. See, the ice comes in handy for a couple things. See, if we can stand this up, let's just go and do it.
Does the cut go on the outside?
Cut on the outside, yeah. Gosh. Holy cow, good job.
Jeez Louise.
Those are no joke. Dude, your fingers go numb in about like 30 seconds. We've got all these 8x8s up, and we just lifted a 6x6, and it felt like a toothpick in comparison.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, an 8x8 weighs double, easy.
Yeah,
Of a
it does.
6x6. It's crazy.
Nice.
Just 2 inches extra.
Have you ever seen curly, quilted, treated yellow pine?
All right, cut.
That is some highly figured crotch right there.
Look at this super highway.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Pretty exciting right there, all the way down.
All the way down.
All the way. That'll get us beams, rafters on this end. Should be able to slide over and reach that in.
We have a pile of 14-inch deep LVLs. The problem is I can't remember which ones go where, and the only reason it matters is that they're different lengths. And in my mind, when I made the list to order this material, I had everything figured out. And now I forgot. So At any rate, there's a couple different ways this could go as far as how long are the LVLs for the girder and where do we break them on what posts. So I'm going to go with my instinct here and go with 24 foot on that end, 24 foot on this end, have a 14-foot segment in the middle, and I think structurally that's the best way to go, and I just hope I have the right material.
We got this first layer of the beam set with the machine, which was awesome, by the way. It was super easy. But once we got it in place, we realized there's like a 1/4 inch gap between the notch and the bottom of that thing over here. And it is in fact going uphill just a little. So Jamie's gonna take this Sawzall
We hope our ladder rate.
and narf out a little bit on this post and let that thing sit down, hopefully. That's kind of a one-man job, Jason. You good? Nice.
That right there is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this part in one long span, so that if there was any difference in the post heights, it would be evened out by a really long piece of wood versus putting a short piece out there. It would have probably just sagged over that one high post, and we may have not have known we needed to fix it until it was too late. All right, 164 American inches.
Jono can keep an entire pouch of screws in his lips.
He don't even need a tool belt.
Put the laser eye on it.
This thing is so long, like, I can't even see that far to get it straight. We're gonna have to go to the other end and look back this way.
It's a good move. We plumbed and braced all these posts as we set them, but that does not mean when you set the girder on it, the girder's perfectly straight for whatever reason. That never happens. So Jamie's taking a sight on this thing and we're gonna brace it again, making the girder straight as opposed to making sure the posts are plumb. It's gonna be close, but we're just gonna split the difference. Then the girder being straight, I think, is the more important thing as we go to set these rafters down here.
The second one in from that end needs to come out a little bit. After just sighting the beam by eye, we made adjustments about 5 different places to straighten it. And then I thought, well, I better check with a string because this thing is so long, I just don't know if I can trust my eye. So we pulled a string and we set it 1.5 inches off the beam so we could measure that distance all the way down. And it's within 1/16 of an inch down the whole length of it. And I think that's good enough.
So it doesn't matter that cashews are in here?
It does matter. My throat will get scratchy.
Hope you weren't looking to impress anybody.
No, don't worry. I'm not.
We're ready for rafters, and we need to set up another super highway on this side of the scaffolding, and that's the super highway planks we need.
There it is. You know, I thought we'll just leave them till we need them, and now we do need them, and now there's a pile of lumber in the way. I don't
Can't
know.
get the machine in there.
I don't know if the machine's going to reach out far enough to get it. You?
It won't. I'm not even gonna try.
Oh,
It definitely
man.
won't. So we got to climb up there. Those are frozen.
Hate it when my pickle gets frozen. Go
They
for
still
it.
taste good?
You know, at baseball games, like Little League, they sell little cups of frozen pickle juice for like 50 cents at all the baseball games.
What a
And these-
ripoff.
And these kids freaking go nuts over them. Yeah.
Huh. My kids don't play baseball.
Oh, yeah. You guys do soccer.
And basketball.
I'm just joking. Your kids are very athletic. They really are.
Oh, I'm telling Chase. He'll kick your butt.
He could kick my ass.
Jamie's not sure if he has any extra rafters, so we don't want to cut one of those up as a template. So he's going to cut this up into a rafter width and then cut it like a rafter. We're going to try it up there and see if it fits before we cut the real ones.
Did you realize how dull your saw blade was?
I thought it was pretty dull. It's the same blade that came on the saw like 6 months ago.
Well,
I built the whole house.
That's really good, but like I couldn't even cut through this 3/4 material here with this blade, so it's time to retire it. You can take it home, keep it hanging on the wall.
It's amazing how I'm really lazy at some things, like, and other things I just stay right on top of. Like changing saw blades is one of my weakest areas.
Right?
Yeah.
Not me. Anything to do with sharpness and ease of cutting, I'm all over it all the time. Okay. Ooh,
I like it. We're gonna go for this template in just a second, but first we're having to notch out the sheathing so that it'll fit in there, and we're going a little extra because of the way it's gonna have to come in at a little bit shallower of an angle, then drop down on shallower, on the bird's mouth here. And we cut the bird's mouth wider because it's gonna be a little crooked when it has to drop down. There's a lot of thinking involved with this template. Ray, we need like 3/16 more out of the notch width, but I don't know which side it should come out of.
Well, it's hitting here and open up there.
Okay.
So
Well, it's because we're just gonna have to cut them wider because it's gonna have to kind of go in at an angle and drop in. I would say make a 1/4 inch wide. Okay, that works. And booyah, all that works as well. Okay, Jason's end's good. You good?
I look good.
This end's good. The question is, does it match the pitch of the rest of the roof?
that's a good.
And Jamie's on that.
You know, it looks pretty good. If anything, it's high.
Do you want me to put a big stick coming down the sheathing?
I think we got to. Let me get on the roof with a 16-foot 2x4, and we should have 5/8 gap.
Can't we just put a level here and plumb a line and then put our square on there and see what the pitch is?
Oh, see with the 312, yeah?
Hey, did you?
That'll work.
That's usually how I do it.
Sorry. Is that how you do it? Back in Illinois, Florida, I mean.
No, let's do it. Throw us a level.
All right. Hey,
Forget the roof.
She's high.
Yeah, it's definitely high. If that's a nice straight board, then we are
It is.
exactly whatever the roof sheathing thickness is high, like 5/8. Yeah. Jason's gonna double check you.
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right. Good.
He's gonna plumb up with a level and then check with his speed square. Man, it looks like exactly on 312 to me. Well, I guess we just make it line up. That's more important. We made the adjustment to the bird's mouth here, and now we're checking again. And that looks pretty dang good down here, Jamie.
That looks about as good as I could hope for.
So let's keep this and actually trace everything so we don't get anything messed up. We've got our pattern here, and what we're gonna do is just slide it on down the board to where we can rip this width on out and get our 3-foot overhang, and hopefully we can get 2 out of each of these. Is that the plan?
That's the plan. These are 20-foot LVLs. We'll cut them in half, 10-footers each. It's lapping back into the house about 8 inches to connect to the end of our truss, and I think it'll work great.
We're gonna let it rip. He's got to go, but I think we're gonna try to get all these up right now.
All of them?
All of them? I think you crazy.
Thank you.
So where's Jamie?
Well, he's not here. He's at band practice. He's slapping the bass, if you know what I mean.
Man with many hats.
Yeah, he's getting the band back together. He tried not to tell us. He's like, I gotta go, and then rushed out of here. And Jono was like, where are you going? Band practice.
We need to get somebody in there that can get us into the inside where we can hear really what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it's amazing.
Yeah, that'd be amazing if I heard a saw going.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh my. Wow.
It was great to get up here and get some progress done today. We'll tackle the roof that's going to cover all of that and all of that starting tomorrow. And these are oversized, by the way. They just match what we needed for those longer spans. We didn't really need the 14-inch deep, but it's easier to have the bottoms all just plain out than to have to fur everything down and mess with it. So looks awesome.